Hello, founders, and welcome to the Startup Foundations podcast. I'm your host, Greg Miaskiewicz. Today on the show, I chat with Dorna Moini, CEO and co-founder of Documate, a legal document automation startup. We chat about how Dorna left behind her successful career in law to pursue her own startup, and as well as how Documate pivoted into the product that it is today. What do you think is really important for founders who are just getting started? Like, what should they be focusing on? What advice would you give them? Like someone who is just getting started or thinking about starting a company.
I think that you need to get your first product out there as quickly as possible and just learn from that. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is spending too long. We're all probably, if you're a founder, you're a little bit type A and you're a little bit of a perfectionist, but people spend too long refining and making sure that first product they get out into the world is absolutely perfect. And that can be almost like a fatal flaw for your business. What I would say is get the first version of your product out into the hands of beta users. Some of those beta users are going to be so tolerant to little glitches and mistakes, and they're actually going to love you more for it. They're going to know that every piece of feedback they give you they're going to see it tomorrow in the application. And so they'll be your early evangelists. They'll be the ones who direct you in how your tool and your application progresses. And I think that's super valuable. And you can kind of iterate on that quickly and learn from what you hear from your customers.
So much for joining us, Dorna.
Thank you so much, Greg, for having me.
All right, bye. Thanks for listening to the Startup Foundations podcast, a podcast that tells the stories of startup founders and how they built their companies from the ground up. Until next time, keep building and keep innovating.